like, why am I eating with these people? I have the nicest food. So anyway.
So what Daddy did. He didn't take out, another I'm fasting. Guys, okay. So then the pregnant side, Chikulubi, shot Daddy so at 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. So you pregnant side, you say, okay. What 10 years old do you know who fasts? Wow, like that was like, oh, okay. Wow, our friend is
I was
fasting.
for example.
Did I not find that it's with a stain? Your cherry plum. My tongue. And then your cherry plum was right there with you. Cherry plum was right there. Then I was confused. Mr. Mano Kubanga fasting. I'm just fasting from sugar. I'm not fasting from Fanta. I'm not fasting from.
So now on that, still talking about friendships and godly friendships. How do you handle friendships that are not like Christian? Like,
have you ever like fought in person? Like in person?
Yeah. Do you remember? Let me give you an example. I remember pre-med with her views, thinking Uji already shared the same views. So she's like, imagine, I don't like when people say this kind of ways.
Men of God, actually.
Yeah, say something like this. So I read it and then I watched it again. I was like, I don't see it. And that pissed her off. She was mad, guys. And I remember she sent me a video and she was like, I'm very appalled. You know,
they say appalled.
Oh my goodness. That's really nice. And I just remembered actually one time, I think that moment really spoke to me, Bambi, there was a time we were applying for the same job. That moment.
Oh, I remember, yes.
And
actually, people also applied for the same scholarship for the same year.
Oh,
we're actually applied 2021 together. Oh, 2020.
You get? So I remember applying for that. Okay, I was like, oh, I want to apply for this. And then you said you want to apply for that. And I remember the first thought that came to my mind was, oh my goodness. How is it going to be? And I was very convinced you're the one that's going to get it.
And you got it actually.
Yeah. And you know what? Welcome back to another episode of Beautiful Feet. So today we have a very interesting topic. We'll be talking about friendship and this is going to be a series. So today I have a special guest with me, my best friend, Josephine Gondwe. And I'm going to let her introduce herself, who she is, what she does, and anything interesting. So welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, Daddy.
I just want to mention the t-shirt. Do you want to, look at that.
As she said, my name is Josie and I am a BFF. I'm Daddy's best friend.
I got her this thing.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This was a surprise, by the way. I didn't know she's wearing this. So I think this is so cool for her to be wearing this t-shirt. It's so cool. Thank you, actually. Thank you.
Just a little backstory about the t-shirt. We were in College of Medicine, I think fourth year. Kat ndi Falu. I think Kat got Falu a t-shirt or Falu got Kat a t-shirt.
Kat got
Falu like a t-shirt saying best friend and something. And then Nina see that one video I was even saying, hey Daddy, me try want a t-shirt. And then on my birthday you got it for me.
Do you want to show the back? The back?
Can you see it? Say,
yes. She got my back. So yeah,
it's actually so cute. It's actually so cute. So I thought it's fitting for the podcast today. But my name is Josephine Gondwe. I am many things. I am a daughter. I'm someone's daughter. I'm someone's sister. I'm someone's fiance. I'm a friend to many. For work,
to many.
I'm also like to a few.
No, to many.
Just like Daddy, I'm a PhD student as well. I think that's pretty much about it. Oh, and I'm a Catholic Christian.
Okay. So, okay. Anything else you want to share? That's it?
I've recently moved to Lilongwe, so that's cool. I've lived my life all in Blantyre. I've recently moved to Lilongwe and I've traveled for the episode.
Nice. Oh yeah, she had to put that
a friend. Just like a true friend would.
A true friend must.
Traveled all the way from Lilongwe to Blantyre to be on the.
Are you loving Lilongwe though?
Yeah, I think it's fine except the dusty roads and the traffic. They don't know how to drive and the roads are dusty.
Who don't know how to drive?
Lilongwe people.
Okay.
Blantyre people actually follow the rules of the road.
But not
Lilongwe. So I miss that about Blantyre. And people I know, like people I've known for a long time are in Blantyre.
Okay.
You guys, my parents, and other friends as well. So yeah, but I'm getting used to it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel being on this podcast? Specifically on this podcast and also talking about friendship.
I think I am so happy when you because remember it's been 2 years, I think, when you pitched like, I want to start a podcast. I feel like God is calling me to like, this podcast thing.
Actually, 3.
380, and you had like doubts a little bit, like I don't know where it's gonna go, I don't know how far it's gonna go, so
also afraid.
So it's nice to like see how you've grown and all the people you've featured, all the topics you've covered, and I'm happy to be a guest. Google James, you remember in Kabanga, I have not come alone. Guys, there's another I have not come alone. I was not there. I have not come alone. Another twin. It was not even Peter.
Okay, give context to what I have not come alone.
The context.
No. Of what I have
don't
not come.
Remember. Oh, sorry. I have not come alone. Sorry.
Woman. I say give context to.
So, the context is, for example, if you're going to preach at a church service, we'll call at least like SCOM, CAPSO, and other things. If you're a guest speaker, sometimes you would like introduce this person who has accompanied you as well, like for that thing. So that was actually preaching Kuskom this other time. So me and a bunch of our other friends think before the thingy, and then she had you generally call them I have not come alone, because you would actually say I have not come alone. I've come with person ABC, whatever.
So yeah, but
being the best friend. It was not me. It was not Peter. It wasn't Peter though. It wasn't Peter actually. No. Yeah.
Actually,
but anyway, good thing.
And the funny thing is, I had a reason, but I don't remember why.
You had a reason, and you told me, and it actually made sense.
But I don't remember why.
But it was not me. And then the funny part, actually, I know. Let me cut that one out. Why? Because looking at the person and they'll be like, so no. But it was funny, and I was like, "It's me. I'm not. I've not come alone." But anyway, it was. I'm finally here.
Yeah,
I am finally there. I have not come alone. So it's really nice. I'm happy to talk about this, and we've been friends for such a long time.
Okay.
So it's nice to be talking about friendship.
Do you want to share how we met?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So we met go primary school.
Okay.
Tinkapuza young ambassador. Somewhere
near young ambassadors.
Young ambassadors. Young ambassadors. I don't remember my class yanji. That's the thing.
Oh my god.
Sorry, guys. That's remembers everything. I don't remember, but I remember Tinali go primary school. That's how we became friends.
It was grade 6.
Grade 6. We were not friends automatically.
No.
But then we were close because Timakonza the same way. Timakonza, we were always in the top 3. So it kind of made us close.
We were forced to be
friends. And I think my conception of that is my friend at that time, at least in Ndiga, was when Tina Abanga accidentally we matched outfits. Do you remember?
No. I don't know.
We wore blue jeans and the white top.
A white top, okay.
White top. Because literally, we wore blue jeans and the white top. Just had the same thing. And then, something. And then next time we were like, let's coordinate again. It was really cool. That's a concept I remember. Oh wow, this is so cool, right? But yeah, we've been friends since primary school. I don't know how many years that is.
Yeah.
We're 28 now, so maybe 15, I think.
That was 27. So now this is 20.
Okay,
whatever
I can't do mental math. But yeah, it's been over 10 years. It's been over 15 years.
Okay.
I think nearly 15 years. So yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. We were forced to be friends, and we gradually actually became friends, especially after Form 4. I think that's when we were connected.
Okay.
After my secondary school. Yeah.
So, now how do you define best friend?
Okay.
And when did you realize I think that is my best friend, I think. That's true. Yeah.
Hey guys, that question is hard though, to be honest. Because it's in the word, best friend.
Yeah.
But maybe, for me, I think what's helpful is to first define what a friend is. Okay. And then maybe, you can say the best is just maybe the closest.
Okay.
I know that's how I think it, how I define it. Not everyone has best friends, and I think that's okay. But at least for a friend, I think it's somebody who is not your relative.
Okay.
I know, sometimes it's sisters by chance.
Friends by choice.
Friends by choice. I mean, I'm not talking about that. But really, it's somebody who you're not related to, who you've chosen purposefully. Okay. Usually, you're making a decision, especially when you're older. It's like a decision. Somebody who's gonna walk with you in life. Someone who has your back, like my t-shirt. There's a lot of mutual trust and mutual respect and mutual growth. Okay. I think that's how I would define a friend. Somebody who's a friend. And then more specifically in the Christian context, because we're on a Christian podcast, I think we cannot remove somebody who helps you grow closer to God. Okay. I think that for me is that must be there. And it doesn't mean no, but just the way they live their life actually inspires you to be a virtuous person. So if Daitso doesn't do shady deals to get money, right? That's actually, well, among other things, that's actually a good friend. Because if they do shady deals and then that's someone who's not leading me to Christ. But if I see that you're living a life that, you know, honors God, the way you live your life, and then you kind of see that and emulate that, you're actually leading each other to God. So I think it's somebody who is a companion that you've chosen, or maybe circumstances have chosen for you in our case, but it's not someone who's related to you. And sometimes they can be closer than a brother. Like the Bible says it. There's a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Komano, you have decided, I'm going to trust this person. We respect each other. We have counsel. We are honest, and we have that bond. Like, we love each other. I think that's how it's very long, but that's how
I hear you.
And maybe a best friend is the closest of them. I don't know how to define a best friend.
Now that one, that is
maybe the closest.
I see. Now, when did you realize?
Did I realize?
Can't get you.
Can't get it. But I think maybe in college.
Okay.
Because you know how Tiliana Tinkan said, can you be my best friend? Which is cute. Very cute. So we connected to Tamali's from 4. Yep. So Tupanga coaching, we're like, oh Dali, oh Josie, and then we like catching up for the 4 years we were not together at secondary school. And then we went to the same college. So like I said, the circumstance put us together. It was like, I know Dali. So yes, I knew other people. Commander was like, I know Dali. So the most.
Do you remember Kakanana? Pre-med, yeah, pre-med.
Like,
yes.
We're not friends.
We're not best friends. Yes, pre-med. I don't want to be.
Oh, okay. Because then so you had another best friend. You had many best friends. It's like Chulevan. Okay, but it's okay.
I don't remember. Actually, so when somebody asks me, you go like,
it was like a fear.
What if he doesn't think the same way?
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I remember, and then you had this person who wasn't your best friend, but like from. I know the person from secondary school. So now I remember we had a talk. I remember this specific place because I started feeling good. You know what? I'm closer to Josephine. But I don't know. I don't want to be the first one to say this. So we're walking by the gate. We're talking about friendship, and you say, I remember this. You're like, no, I don't like defining. Like, I don't like defining friendships because they've now become awkward or whatever. It's like, let me never claim because, you know, but every person, the best friend of my daddy, who's Josephine? That's how they would describe it. And then now I'll correct them. Like, no, she's not my best friend. And then, you know, eventually, just like, hey, guys, you know.
I don't remember when. I just know that the switch happened to college. Like, we got really, really, really close. And you're right, because so I had other best friends. I was the listen, I was also like, best friend. Actually, now that I'm grown up, I think you can have multiple best friends. I actually do think so, but I have one anyway. But I think you can. But I don't remember when that happened. We just it was don't do this for relationships. Don't do automatic things. It happened. I feel like we just naturally became very close and just our values aligned.
Do you think you can actually ask? Is it ask out somebody to be your best friend?
I don't think so.
Okay.
For me, friendship, not just for me, for C.S. Lewis too.
Hey!
There's like a common goal that you guys share. I forgot to say this in the definition of friendships, guys. Sorry. In friendships, there's also a common goal.
Okay.
There's common values. Remember that time because I feel like it's actually, you know, turns out I was onto something. You need to have like shared set of values. Like, you know, even in marriages, you need to have a shared set of values. And if you're asking someone to be your best friend, in what do you share? What are the values that you share? I feel like that bond has to grow over time. But also I feel like you pressure someone, and now you're pressuring them to maybe like the things you like or become the person you want your friend to be when they're not like that. Then you may be completely different personalities. Come on, you share the same values or you share something of interest. Oh, you like this too? I didn't know. You also think this is so important, right?
So what you're saying in this is let friendships grow, turn out themselves to actually become that. Don't
force it.
But you can actually admire somebody and say, I want them to be my friend. Don't pressurize them.
Don't
just
pressurize
hang out,
them.
You the other, whatever.
And bond over the common thing. What is it that you have in common? Because Nanga, you literally have nothing in common. I don't even know all our conversation, But for example, let's say we both like maybe soccer, right? The first step would be in growing our friendship. Would be let's go to a soccer match. And then at the soccer match, we may end up talking about, oh, so you have a son. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yeah, I'm engaged. And then like you get to know each other through that soccer match where you have nothing in common. And then you just say, hey, I like you, and I think you're cool, which is, fair. I want you to be my best friend. Okay, and then what are we going to chat about? Who are you?
Yeah.
But I feel like you need to give it time and get to know the person. Yeah.
Let the friendship grow.
Let the friendship grow. Yeah. Over time. It takes time, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think one more question before now we move to the other section. What is the most embarrassing story about you?
God, so you make me laugh. Okay, it's one of my favorite people in the world.
I don't even know why I'm laughing, but it's like
this story I told everyone. Once Linga is able to comprehend
Oh my goodness.
Your mom, when we were in primary school, we used to
story.
think, okay, we were forced to like be friends. We were forced to eat together, break time, lunchtime, because we're always in the top 3. So like they were forcing us, we should be together. Yeah,
I
was
didn't
me and
want-
another
I
girl.
didn't.
So she didn't want to eat with us. She didn't like us.
Do you know the reason why?
No,
Okay, I'll say the
get to
reason
that.
why I didn't want.
No, that is so.
Okay, let me just say the reason why I didn't want to be with you. First thing, guys, Josephine, someone has a brain. That was the reason. But I didn't want. Second thing, I just thought good in my friends and I didn't want to share.
You want to share?
I don't want to share. I wanted to.
To eat on your own. And the thing is, so you must eat.
So now, when we open containers, like I get food, Josephine gets Josephine gets food from home. The other friend was getting food from home.
You were buying.
I was buying, and when you're buying,
it was nice.
You were really a cool person, like
really cool.
Because it was hot. There used to be chips and chicken.
It was really good food.
So now we're eating, and I'm eating this cold food. And these people, they're eating. They're taking the food. Pashan used to eat kava. And then you start eating that. So and I didn't like that. I'm like, why am I eating with these people? Yet I have the nicest food. So anyway.
So what that he did. Another I'm fasting. Guys, okay. So then the pregesa chikulubiro shot that it's so at 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. So no pregesa your face. What 10 year old do you know who fasts? Wow, like that was like, oh, okay. Wow, our friend is
I was
fasting.
fasting for exams.
Did I not find that it's with a stain? Your cherry plum.
My lip, my tongue.
And then your cherry plum was right there with you. Cherry plum was right there with you. Then enough was confused. So, Miss fast. Ari, I'm just fasting from food. I'm not fasting from Fanta. I'm not fasting from. and I think at that moment, then I was like, oh, okay.
You actually believe
I believed it. Hey,
I was caught.
No
and
way.
You don't understand how afraid I was. My
I did agree. That time I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Later on, I'm like, I didn't Fanta first thing I can drink Fanta. I just can't eat food. Cherry plum, which was stained. So yeah, that's the funniest story about you.
Anyway, okay. I think I've laughed so much. Now, moving on. Now I know it seems like it's just about you and me, but we're talking about friendship in general. It's just not, you and me and everything. Of course, we can use our examples. But one thing that I know you have many other friends. Rolling my eyes right now. But so in this friendship, I just want to talk about support, like supporting each other in friendships. And do you have a specific moment where you felt really supported by your community or your friends, or maybe specifically by me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, last year my brother got sick.
Oh, yeah.
He got quite sick, and I was not here. I was in the UK at the time. Most of my friends are in Malawi, and I do have other friends in the UK as well.
Really? Okay, jokes. You do.
Yeah, and it was very hard because I was like, I don't know what's going on with Sovani. Everyone who is close to me, obviously my family, everyone is like being surprised. Why is this healthy boy now very sick? At that time, my friends literally carried me. My friends, not even. I don't want to give the name. But like my friends, Dali and everyone else were visiting Sovani. almost every day, just going to check up on him, and then would call me as well, right? Like, no, don't worry, this is what's happening. He's like doing fine, or maybe he's not doing fine, but they were encouraging me. They even made a prayer group. There was even a prayer group. I think they went to 14, if I'm not mistaken, or 15, including me. But we had a prayer group. We were praying for Sobani every day, and I kid you not, by the end of 14, I think Tina Bempira every day for 14 days. By the time Tima Malisa Kubempira, Sobani had recovered.
Yeah.
Like a complete turnaround. We started the prayer when we had just gotten news about the diagnosis, and we were like, oh my God, like, this is scary. This is so scary. I don't even know. Remember your doctor mind is like, ish, commande. And I was, ish. They would call me every day sending me verses. Josephine, don't worry. I know, but Ginger should send me Psalms. That time, that's when you were sending me Psalms all the time. And that's when I like, hey.
You can actually see. Oh.
That's when I started like reading the Psalms a lot. Because and then I remember my friend Daisy got me literally a book of Psalms. Just specifically Psalms. Just to, and I was just like, that's what was comforting me. 14 days, I remember. Pempera every day. I couldn't even lead the prayers. It was my friends. I remember Diana Baba groups. Guys, is it burdening you? Do you remember? Carry each other's burden. The Bible says carry each other's burden. It was just ish, right? And you were literally like calling people, why are you not showing up for prayers? You need to come ish. Anyway, 14 days, Sobani was fine. Completely had been healed. During that process, the shift in my brain and in my faith was just remarkable. And I think it's because my friends are prayerful. They covered me when I needed them to cover me. And yeah, that's
like one of
that
the
was
I like to say, you know what? I think godly friends
are so important. They are so important. You don't know what to pray and they're praying for you. Because the way my heart had even shifted. Yeah. That's the thing. And I think more specifically with you, for the support, I think my example is lately Ambili. Ambili from like support about my goals, my career, my dreams and whatever, but also like my insecurities. I think you can tell what this person wants, what's good for you, and they're praying for you, and they're talking to you, and you start seeing your heart change. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, of course, people don't change people. It's the Holy Spirit who does that, but God does use people to plant the seeds. And so, yeah, I find that to be great.
So now on that, still talking about friendships and godly friendships, how do you handle friendships that are not like Christian? Like friends that are not Christian, but because there are some people who are actually generally good, but they don't hold the same values as you do. They're not too close, but they seem to be genuine people. Where do you place them? Could you know what that one does in Zaga, but
I don't,
because everyone in Malawi is a Christian, yeah? But then you actually know, would you?
Yes.
How do you handle those?
Well, that's a very good question. That question, I have to put a big disclaimer that this is my opinion.
Okay, that's fine.
Subject to change. Yes. And again,
as of today. This is what your mind...
October. This is what my mind is saying, right? Because I don't know. The short answer is I don't know, to be honest. And I think that's something Mulungu anditandize kuti ndidziwe kuti how exactly do you navigate that. Okay. However, that said, I think there's two things here. There is what you've said, the moral good. Yeah. I think if we go in life just saying, okay, the cultural Christian doesn't have goodness in them, would be wrong. Because they are created in the image of God, right? Like, it would be wrong to just say, no, even those people can inspire you to grow in virtue. I have a friend I made in the UK who's not Christian, like, has a completely different faith, right? But then the way they live their life in that faith that they have, and the way they inspire me to have my faith in God, and to the, when I see their virtue, the image of God, imagote, very, very important to remember that people are made in the image of God, right? So there is that.
What did you say?
Imagote, image of God.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that person is still someone made in the image of God. Therefore, alindika goodness kamene Mulungu anampasa. And that's why Paul says, if you say God doesn't exist, you're lying, because anakubasani something in your heart, and like you can tell from the it's there. God has made us like that. And I think it's important to recognize those good things. Okay. And that's important. That's one aspect. That again, my personal opinion, whatever. And I think you can learn from people like that. On the other hand, there's also another extreme whereby, yes, they may not be Christian, or maybe they're just a cultural Christian. Yes, they're Christian, no, it's not that deep. It's not, and the way that they're actively living their lifestyle is in a way that is completely antithetical, opposite to the gospel. Mm-mm. What they inspire in you is actually nothing good at all, right? These are quite neon zone. I know. Don't come for me. These people, I can't put them on the same place.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who many lifestyle my Bangia live. They don't inspire anything good in you at all. To be honest, maybe the things the comments will say about marriage. And I'm just giving because I'm engaged, I'm about gay marriage. So like the things they'll say about maybe marriage, the things they'll say maybe about having children, the things they'll say about having, I don't know, like having your faith in general and stuff like that. You can just talk with him. I don't know if this is something that you're learning from. Yeah. It's not something that is edifying you at all. And I think those ones, I would be like, maybe don't pursue that friendship because it doesn't even inspire you to do anything. For the other one, who I'm saying, would you, again, both of these are made in the image of God, but one of them is actually encouraging you in virtue as well. And if you want them to be Christian, well, I think everyone wants everyone to be Christian. Prayer is a good place to start. Actually, for both of them, prayer is a good place to start. But if it's a matter of who can I be close to, or who should I let go? I think quite now the logical thing is don't be close to people who are not encouraging you to grow closer to God. In the way they live their life, in the way that they speak, in the things that they do. I think so. And of course, that's something I also struggle with. Right? This is something like I know, but I'm even asking God.
Like your head knows, but your heart
my head knows, but my heart is like, oh man. So it's really hard because there's something. It's just really difficult. I don't have the answer. I think maybe somebody else should come and answer that question. Yeah, but I don't have the answers to that. Honestly, it's just. It's very. There's a bit of nuance that we need to accept that it's there. And but I don't know what the actual answer is, honestly.
I think that's good enough. So thank you for that. That's good enough. Yeah. So now, moving on to still talking about friendships, and let's talk a little bit about conflict resolution. Okay, we're going to talk about how best to handle conflict as friends, specifically as ladies, because that's a lot, ladies. And do you remember, like, anytime that we had conflict that was very hot between us? Has there ever been conflict between us?
I think there has, definitely.
Okay.
Our conflict, we don't shout at each other.
Okay.
Actually,
really?
Do you remember us shouting at each other?
Okay, no.
I don't think so.
No, we don't.
And have you ever fought in person? Like in person?
Yeah. Do you remember? Let me give you an example. Yes. I remember pre-med.
We fought.
Pre-med. And so the thing is, me and Josephine are very, very similar.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what I really noticed is most things that I wouldn't like, I know Josephine wouldn't like. So it's very easy to hit on the nail. You actually know.
At each other?
Let me tell you what happened. So this is what happened. It was going to be my birthday party.
Yes.
Okay? So the thing, what we used to do in college was we used to throw parties for each other.
Yes.
And I had somehow different friend groups.
Yes, you did.
And then
don't put that in air quotes. It's true.
Okay, the friend group.
Daddy had other friends.
Yes, I had another group as well. Yes. So now this is gonna be my birthday. So it was like, okay, how are we gonna mix these two things? Okay. So now what happened? It was bayonet guard, I remember.
Yes.
Okay, that time we used to do this thing where we're like, you know what, Dad, we're very loud. We should get quiet. We're very rash tempers.
Yes,
we should calm down. So we used to practice that. And we're like, okay, did I talk very well?
Yes.
Oh, do I need to handle this? We used to say a lot of us. So
don't sweat the small stuff. I think we read that.
Yes, don't sweat the small. There's this book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Yeah. So me and Josephine used to sweat a lot of stuff. Now, what happened was, it was going to be my birthday, and I don't know if you volunteered or you were taught. You're like, oh, I'm going to be the facilitator or MC or something like that. Okay. Now, I think the birthday happened. You were the MC. So now word came out that people didn't like that from the other friend group because we're always throwing parties to each other. So these people are like, oh, how can just come and then take over the whole show? You get?
Yes.
Now I was telling you, this is what.
Guys, I don't. I don't remember.
Why?
I don't. Was it party at Kips or the one at Kips or the
No.
one at,
So I think I had two. There was one
you
in
had two,
Kips.
the one at Kips. The one we had
I
was one
remember.
dinner. Wasn't that your birthday?
It was my birthday, but
We
I think
went dinner at
this was
Kips.
first day. No, it was first day.
It was
First
first
day,
day?
not pre-med.
Dinner
It was first day.
Nyasaland.
Yes,
Okay,
it was
okay.
Vinyasa. So this was first day.
Yes.
Now, you were talking about how was it? I was like, and also, receiving criticism. That was one of the things. So I was like, you know what, when that moment, let me tell you this. He's like, so people say that you're a bit, like, you're new to this space, but then you took over the whole show. So just like, what? Who said that? I'm like, we're receiving criticism. Like, no. And I remember very, like, you people are hypocrites. Because I told you the first time, is this okay? And you said this was going to be okay.
Sure.
From a NatGat, so a NatGat is a hostel at College of Medicine, we rushed into Tromso. You stood by Tromso. You were mad. It's like, that is so hypocritical. How can you say you guys are Christians, but when people are doing it was heat. It was very heated.
Was I shouting?
You were shouting.
To you?
To me. But then there's like, you're so mad, like, how can people do that, okay? Now I'm there, I don't know what to do. I'm crying, you're crying.
Oh my God! How do I not remember this?
No, let me tell you how it gets funny. You're there, saying all of these things. I don't understand. I'm a proper person, but people see me in this kind of way. Now we go in the room. So there were these other two friends, like your Mesho by that time, and her best friend as well. Then you start speaking, and then I'm just standing by the door because I'm in shock.
Yes,
I don't know.
you don't know what to do.
You're not giving me space to
Speak,
say. We're both crying.
Yeah.
Now I rush down to my lounge. I sit down, now I'm crying. I remember I met one of these guys, like, why are you crying? And then I explained to her. She didn't even understand. Like, now, the funny thing was, before that, your dad had called you that was going to bring a supper. Bring a supper. I remember Steers burger and chips, guys. Now I'm like, mine is in now. Such a fun. When it I'm like, oh my goodness, because we did. At that time, we hadn't eaten because we didn't buy food because
we were also eating together.
Yeah, Mr. Gondre said he's gonna bring us food.
food.
Oh my goodness, Now I'm seated there. I'm like, okay, what should I do? Because I don't know what but I know she's mad. What exactly should we do? And now all of that happened.
Yes.
And then I'm there, and that's one thing that I like about you. And now I'm very prideful. The Lord is helping me. Okay, I'm not the first one to say sorry. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't want to pay
I
that.
feel like God has helped you. We don't want to reach out. Okay, we'll get back to that. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
no, I think you are. Actually, you are probably not giving yourself enough credit.
Maybe.
I'm telling you.
And then I'm like, and then Josephine comes, like she's calmed down and everything. And I don't know, like you called me or whatever. And then you came, and then you said, you apologize of how, like how you're shouting. That was a nice, but you still made the point that you didn't like. Josephine must always say like, no, but I'm sorry to you. But what happened was a nice. And that's fine. And then we resolved everything. And then you hugged me. And then we ate. And then we started laughing. I remember.
That is so... Okay.
That was the time that, we like on top of our voices.
Whoa.
But the rest, I think it's been...
No. I think because we were growing.
Yeah. So
we were what? 16, 17, 16?
17. I think.
First year. So
yeah.
17 years old. Okay. So context, we were teenagers. Come on, that's actually so cool. Okay, I don't remember. I actually don't remember
so
that.
Mad.
Because the rest of the conflicts that we've had, the conflicts, I put this in conflicts because of this thing of calm down, Janjani. When Dali Tagaman does something that she doesn't like, I'm like, calm, suspiciously calm. That's how you know that you have upset her. Because she's very suspiciously calm. I think I should tell you, but what you said was unkind. I felt that what you said, I don't understand it was rude and it was unkind and it wasn't right. That's not how you should speak and that's not how you should speak to me. But she's like sending a voice note, but she's like really calm, but suspicious. Because this is not like generally calm person, right? No. This is how you talk. Yeah. So when you are like serious, you do that. So yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I feel like we've had, I don't remember many conflicts, to be honest.
How?
That's the thing.
I remember everything. Okay, not a lot, but I remember them. I remember some of them.
I think some of them are just like, you're just annoyed at your friend.
Okay.
You're just like, this has annoyed me. And then you brush it off. Or maybe your friend is annoyed at you, and then maybe they answer you in a snarky way. Or you are annoyed and then you answer in a snarky way, but then you brush it off. I think so, but I don't remember that big conflict.
You don't? Because that was first year. So you don't have any conflict that you'd say, good, I remember this is one of the moments that I think me and Daddy had this conflict.
I don't remember. I'm sure we have, definitely. But I guess what I would say is, Goody, because we're very quick to resolve them.
Yeah, very quick.
Like right there and
Very
then. Like
very
if
quick.
somebody feels a type of way, it comes out. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You don't even wait. This is that time that I was planning something. The problem is if I mention the thing, so this is a really good. But I was planning something quite big in her life. And I remember we were trying to work around the schedule of when that should happen.
Yeah.
When I'm in the country, and she was giving me all these excuses. And I just called her and I said, why are you being like this?
I don't like
You
it.
know, I don't like it. So tired that invited me to something. I answered the top of it.
Oh.
Why are you being unkind? Why are you being
Yeah.
rude? I feel like those are the conflicts, I would say. I don't know. I think apart from the one you described, I don't think there's been. I don't know what is a conflict. I don't know.
I think any
Any disagreement.
Yeah,
But I feel
any-
like, yeah.
And I think apart from that, the other one that I remember was good. I think that one I would regard as the most heated because I think the day passed and I was actually not shaking per se because there was the same things where we don't have the same opinion over a matter. Like we have different opinions. So there was some clip that you had shared with me.
We should talk about that. Now that we are older, do you still hold the same views, or is this not for the podcast?
No, I don't remember the actual context.
Words.
But I think still majority of it. I feel like it was twisted. That's what I thought.
I watched most of the whole thing, and I read the whole post.
Before you shared?
No, after.
After?
So I read the post of, because he was like, he wrote something, right?
So there was a post, just to give context. There was a post, there was not too much context, but just like Goody, there was like, you know how there's a snippet.
It's of like a video.
A video. Now Josephine shares with her views, thinking Goody, I already share the same views. So she's like, imagine, I don't like when big people say this kind of way.
Men of God, actually.
Yeah, say something like this. So I read it and then I watched it again.
And you're like,
I was like,
I don't see.
I don't see it. And that pissed her off.
Hey, dear.
She was mad, guys. And I remember she sent me a VN and she was like, I'm very appalled. You know?
Did you say appalled?
Oh my goodness, you were mad. Like you didn't, and then after I actually knew Goody.
It's actually you did it. The voice said she didn't finish.
I
do you remember? You said I'm not even. She said,
and I said that until you learn how to speak to me respectfully.
I'm not going to listen to this. She literally didn't listen to it.
Because I said to her, I'm like, oh, she and I know how important that is when you share the same views and values with your friend. So she shared me that, and I listened to it. I'm like,
I don't really see the problem.
I don't see the problem. I tried to clarify what I thought this man of God meant, and because I knew him. And she didn't agree. And then that was heated. So firstly, when now she sent the VN, she was expressing how somehow disappointed she was. Good, I can be holding such,
Yes.
So she expressed. And the way that she did, I thought she was being very disrespectful. So I started listening to the VN. I'm like, no, you can't talk to me like that. And because I knew, I'm like, oh, let me be rude now. I will be rude. So I was like, you know what? I haven't finished.
She said, I've not finished your voice note.
And I'm going to finish
it. And I've deleted it.
I've deleted it. Until you learn how to speak respectfully to me, we can have this conversation. And then, guys, that was, and I was like, oh, you know what? Because I know this shit, I'm going to press this button. Because I know this one is going to hit. That was the reason why. I'm like, I'm going to do it.
I remember that.
I was
But
like,
why don't I remember conflicts? Actually, I remember that.
So anyway, after you did that, and then that happened, I remember I was shaking. I went to one of my friends. I'm like, I just had a big fight. I feel like this is like a very big fight because I feel like I've been disrespected. I've been called names which I am not. But I feel like it's coming out.
Names.
Okay, not names. No, it didn't call me names. Okay, I meant Goody. Like,
appalled. Goody.
Yeah.
How can you think like this?
That? So I just felt like I went there. I'm like, okay, I need to calm down. And then I talked to my then boyfriend. Okay, my husband.
My husband. Literally your husband.
I know
my then boyfriend.
So I talked to him. He calmed me down. And then I sat down and I was like, okay. So what he likes to tell me most is, do you want the person to feel bad or resolve the relationship? And for me, it's both.
Actually, like, why don't we have both of them?
Why don't we have both? But anyway, I won't get into the details of that. But then when I sat down, I was like, okay, we have different views, but none is from at fault for my reasons. I want you to feel pain. I want you to feel good.
Kabaya, baba.
So I went on. Okay, so I remember the funny thing now. When I came to you, it's like, hey, you want to be the bigger person. That's what you say.
It's not what I say.
But we're joking. You started laughing like, you want to be the bigger person.
Did you call me or was it a text?
I don't remember. Was it a VN? I don't know. But then we resolved that. So I think that's a beautiful thing that, that's what I appreciate the most. We don't keep things,
That's true.
which I think it's very difficult with most friendships that I have. Like,
that's true.
I have so many friends,
We
and I'm
really
a very
don't keep things.
I'm a very confrontational person, and I think Josephine is as well.
We're very we're very chalant,
Chalant.
actually.
Very,
very chalant. Like, you're gonna say something head on.
Yeah.
And that's why I was able to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's right.
Of course, I still agree with what I'm saying, but now
I feel like your views has changed a little.
Not okay, we'll discuss it outside.
Okay.
Now we just
okay.
But I feel like what I wanted to add is good. I feel like as we've grown, we've been able to hold two different views. And just keep it at that. And not, I think at that time I was always like, okay, those two things. It was like, so really, but also then how does she look at me? You know what I mean? Like, so who's more spiritual here? Spiritual me that more but now I feel like I can hold a different view and you can hold a different view. And that's okay. And I so like to say that, Josephine, we are both Christians. Do we agree? Before she wants to start like a theological thing, she said, we're both Christians. We both believe in God. We both have accepted Christ. And then she says, what is your view on this?
Yes. And then Josephine will push. So I think one thing, sorry, I feel like I'm David, but one thing that, I've also, like, what was difficult was you knowing that we have a different view.
Yes.
So for me, it's always been, it's fine. If we don't agree on someone, and I want us to be comfortable to talk about difficult conversation.
Yeah.
And Josephine doesn't want that.
And I'm like, no.
Josephine doesn't want to talk about difficult conversation. I'm like, I want, we should get to that place where,
for me,
where we can talk about those kind of things,
Yeah.
And I think that's where sometimes our conflict rises. But one thing that I really like is, what I would also say about our conflict resolution in a friendship is to actually man up and talk about those things.
True.
Because I feel like that actually helps. When you push things under the rug, it causes a lot of assumptions.
It does.
Because you're always moving with assumptions.
What if this?
Okay, maybe she doesn't like me, or maybe she did that on purpose, but at the same time, like the example that Josephine was giving, where I was planning something big, and for me, I just thought it was kind of like, what, Josephine, no, I'm not available. But she, if anything, if she didn't approach me, she would have been thinking,
you're
Dali,
doing this because of this.
She has most regard for other people than me. Or, but then when she brings it forward, you start to realize, Josephine doesn't like this. Josephine, this is how it made her feel. And I feel like that's one of the things that has made our friendship grow. And it makes me appreciate this friendship so much, because I'm unable to confront other people in, like, I have beautiful friendships, honestly. I really do have beautiful friendships. But it's not the same energy that I can have towards Josephine. Where I can go like,
confront
babe,
no, this is not right.
That wasn't nice.
But
with some people, it's just, you don't want to be like the problem who's always complaining. But that time you didn't. So that's one thing that I think is like a very big thing in friendships. Conflict resolution and being able to confront, but being kind.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
That's one thing else we've learned.
We've also have learned. How we still friends?
To be kind.
We have also learned to be kind, and one thing I've learned from marriage counseling is to always assume the best.
Yeah.
You need to, like, you literally, like, I think when you're fighting with a friend or you have very different, you tend to like assume the worst about the person. But I feel like it's really unfair. Even I've known Dali for such a long time. Why would she just today switch up now? Assume the best. The best. Sometimes, yes, I was just, I just didn't want, or maybe I was selfish and whatever, right? Like, it's okay. Komano, you should assume the best for the person. Because I feel like you said, Goody, now I know how Dali so feels, or how I know that this is how Josie felt about the situation. But also me, the complainer. I now understand why Daliso did that. Yeah. And it's important for you also to understand why Daliso did that. Like, okay, yes, it made you feel bad. I'm not saying, chan, but now you have more context. Daliso did this, Daliso did that. And you approach it kindly. You didn't make your friendship shake for something that it didn't have to. And you also, assumed the best. You go there with a desire to understand. And that has changed the game. Once I came in with Kudi, let me just understand where you're coming from. Not Kudi, I want to blame you or put guilt on you or make you change or the same. Mano, why did this happen? And then mtaobasa answer. You can be satisfied with that. But if you now have, if you have a critical mind, ola uyanke unenaguti no, there's no way it can't be that. So I'm that example is like, it can't be that, but it can be. It's just that you don't want to understand. Like, you really don't have a desire to understand. But you're right, very kind. You need to be honest, but do it with love. If you don't do it with love, no one hears anything.
Your goal should this is what my husband always tells me and asks me, what is your goal?
Yeah.
Do you want to mend the friendship or make the person feel bad?
That's true.
Because if your goal is, I want them to feel bad, all you're going to be is, hey, what?
Yeah.
But if you really want to mend,
Mend the
you go with,
relationship.
you want to understand, like, oh, okay, you know what,
This
what
is-
exactly
what exactly happened?
Because most times, this is what I've realized about the human nature. When you start attacking me, the first thing I'm
It's
going to do is
defense.
defense.
Yeah.
I'm just going to,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
matter what.
No
there's
matter
not gonna
what,
be
even if you're
communication.
right.
So that's really, really important. And I'm still actually growing in that.
Yeah, I
to
think
always
so.
remember to be kind.
To be kind. And the other thing I was gonna say is, Goody, sometimes the person, I mean, like we need one. So I'm the problem here. Like, I'm the one who has hurt you. So sorry, let's say you've hurt
Yeah.
me. Sometimes God calls you, the one who has been hurt, to approach the person who has hurt you.
That one.
That one. Ndipo, we'll talk about boundaries later. But sikupheka.
No.
Actually, kupheka kuma in a good thing.
Yeah.
Humility is so, so important. I had another friend. I think I've not told you this story, so I'm sharing it first on the podcast.
How am I your best friend? I don't know the story.
Means I'm protecting my other friends. And in another friend, another major life event happened in their lives, and they were acting a bit funny. I was like, I'm trying to connect with you, but they don't wanna, a bit visual. And now, imagine I'm complaining to my friend, and I'm like, with me again, I'm chalan. So if I value the friendship, I will actually.
Yeah.
So I was like, I feel like, I've been trying to reach out to you, so I'm trying to call you, you're not replying me or whatever. Like, I'm really like, you can see that I'm trying to think. And then she's actually agreed. And this is funny because now that I'm thinking about it. As we're talking about me complaining, she stops answering me. And even got blue tick. In my complaint about being ignored.
You're being ignored.
Dina, I was upset. I was so upset. I was like, I'm already doing so much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already giving so much energy. Monturinde, I'm literally but I was going to pray for something. So I went to the chapel and I was praying for something, and it was very clear. I was literally praying. I was like, I'm upset about this whole thing. God made it very, very clear. Do you want them to be your friend? Yes. Go back. And do what? Go back and
I
talk
already
to her.
did.
I was like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, I've already... No. In fact, you should have let this go. You've forgiven her. Zata, you're going back. You're going to call her. Oh, you're going to go back. I'm like, yeah, I actually want this person to be my friend. You're going to go back. Forgive. Let it go. I don't even want this to be an issue. Let it go. And it was... I could not believe it. I was like, no, if I know I'm the one who has been hurt. I'm the good friend here. I'm the good friend here, and I'm being even in the middle of the complaining. Komano, by the end of that prayer session, I let it go, and I called them, and I was like, this is how I've been feeling, and I also feel a type of way. Then we started laughing about it, and she was like, Chinjan, that's so true. And it turns out that because she had noticed, and then I'm approach literally, we're talking about this.
And then I
blue tick, I don't know what's going on, whatever. Then we started laughing about the situation, and then everything was back to normal. And she was like, I'm so happy, Goody, you came back. Like, she was like, literally, but it's because now God had said, you're gonna go back, like, you're gonna preserve this. So sometimes humility, but God has said, no, you will just think you're gonna do that. So, and I feel like that has happened between the two of us, actually. But Dali is the one approaching me first. And there's this sense of love that you feel, but my friend has not abandoned me. So
that's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Or do you have anything else to say about conflict? Before we move to the...
I guess one more thing is, and this one is maybe heated, when you have like a very big fight, and sometimes for a long time, because maybe big fight can be big, like the one we had. It was very big, but it was brief. But sometimes it's very big and prolonged, and then obviously over time, if you're not communicating, that my feelings, the friendship starts to stop and whatever. Love will always be a one-way street. You always can love, but reconciliation needs two people, and a relationship needs two people to work. So I hope that the friends out there, like, you consider reconciling with your friends. Like, the both of you should actually want to reconcile, because it's very, very hard to reconcile with somebody who has shut you out completely. And you can try, you can forgive, you can say you're sorry, depending on what happened, the situation happened. And there's so much love you can give, but for reconciliation to work, you both need to come and say, we want our friendship, we want to actually have our friendship. And so I think it's worth fighting for your friendship.
So what you're saying is,
Samangotulugana. And actually, guys, it's true. Forgiveness. Why don't we think? Why are we forgiving our boyfriends? Our cheating boyfriends. But you can forgive your friend.
Give the same grace to your
the same grace you're giving to exactly. Give the same grace you're giving to this toxic partner. To people who will be with you, who have been with you. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I can say about conflict.
Okay, that's good. I really like that. And it just reminds me of how there was a moment when you're a teenager, you feel like, Asigana? No. I
only make friends with boys. Guys, that's not wise. I'm sorry, but that's not wise. You need girlfriends.
Yeah, the grounded. Okay. Now, in this friendships, we've talked about conflict resolution, which I feel like it's a major issue. Now let's go to comparison and envy. Yeah, I feel like that's also another major part. Asigana, you get? So, have you ever felt like you're in a competition with me, or have you ever felt envious about me?
Don't cancel me. Fake friend with Jadulukin. Fake friend with Jadulukin. Yes. The short answer is yes.
Okay.
Especially
yes to what? I've asked to.
Define. Okay, but competition, yes, definitely. Okay. Definitely competition. Sorry, guys.
Holy Spirit, help me.
Yes.
The Holy Spirit will help you, okay?
Help me. Yes.
Okay.
And let's start with the competition part, because primary school, literally, Trabanga competed. Apart from good, you want to be number one. Honestly, the other motivation was I want to beat them.
Yeah.
And that's a little. No, you shouldn't do that. Like the sky is enough for all of us to fly and whatever. Envy is wanting. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong. Envy is maybe something good has happened to someone and you don't want them to have it, right?
I think so.
Is that true? Okay.
Or you'd rather be you.
You'd rather be you. Okay. Then I think.
Okay.
In all honesty, I don't think something has happened good to you and I don't want you to have it, but something good has happened to you and I want to have it. Yes, I think that 100%. So I don't know, maybe it's a semi-envy or it's a sister to envy. Even the starting point of goodie, and I want to differentiate from just consider, this is cool.
Yeah.
Before it goes a step further to saying, how come she has this? Like, when will it be my turn, but why we do one team and it too? Envy, that's envy. Why we do one team? Akuti Nzago has blessings that you don't have, right? Has things that you would rather have. And there are good things that you'd also want to have, but you also don't want them to have it. In our friendship, I always say you're the person of firsts.
Okay.
You're the first person, actually. We were born in the same year, but you were born in January. I was born in February.
Okay, yeah.
You were the first to get a boyfriend. Right. You're the first to get married. You're the first to do a master's in the UK. Oh, yeah. You're the first to get a PhD. You're the first to have a baby. So in our friendship, you have been the first. And yeah, of course, they're going.
They're going.
Yeah, they're going. And sometimes you're like, would I ever feel like that? Would I ever... Feeling a bit quite insecure, actually. Dalitso has set the bar so high, which is good. Actually, in friends who set the bar high, which is like really good. Like, Dalitso has set the bar so high. Will I ever amount to that? Actually, even that now has a podcast, so I don't know. Is my podcast coming? I don't know. Is it coming? Well, let's say, it's like it seems like there's just so much. There's a lot of good things going for her, and she always feels like she knows what she's gonna do. Whatever. That's how. At least that's how I see it, right? And for me, the shift happened when but the shift happened. You can be busy, wasting your time and sinning, wanting that not have all those things, or you can thank God that it has all those things because you have somebody who has gone before you who can teach you how to navigate that. And truly, actually, they're also the first to have a job. I was gonna say that after school, you literally got a job after you remember. Guys, in after intention, I did not finish up. I'm sorry.
I remember that season.
So again, because I'm like, that's
Yeah.
the person of first, right? So I think when it's something that I pray about every time, I'm very, very brutally honest with God. I'm just like, every time you bless my friends, I'm happy. It's something, it's joyful. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm actually really happy. But because the devil sometimes creeps in, I'm like, Lord, no, I don't want that energy in my life. I don't want that space in my life. I just want to be grateful as well. And one of the shifts is pray about it if you're struggling with that, and many of us do struggle with that. Maybe you're silently competing with a friend. Pray about it. Secondly, you should thank God that you have somebody who can teach you the ropes. When I was going to the UK, that had already been in the UK, she literally told me what to do. Yeah. She literally told me what to do. Even actually in Liverpool.
Oh yeah, we did.
She's like, you literally took me shopping. You remember? You're the one who's like, okay, everything. You set me up. Now imagine you are now now you are now like feeling a type of way that your friend, but literally that's you're the one who taught me, Goody, this is what we do. I'm getting married. The wedding planner is Dalitso. She's thinking, have you done this? Have you done that? Think about this. These are the ideas. When it's my time to have a baby, Dalitso has already been there. She has experience, and so she would know.
When it's your time to get a podcast?
When it's my time to get a podcast, it's open. PhD. Dalitso literally prayed for me, guys, before I started my PhD.
I was very convinced that you're gonna get it.
Dalitso prayed for me. Actually, remember even the time I came to your house, you also prayed for me. Literally, you prayed for me. You were like, I want you to have a good experience. Why? Because you're the person of first. And it doesn't make someone like superior or inferior, no. But the way God has positioned your friends in your lives and their success stories, usually is to help other people. God, we are His hands and feet. And that you've been that person for me. So I think that shift helped me and actually can help a lot of people. But of course, the main thing you should pray, it's sin. Confess that. It is sin. It is sin to do that. And I know it feels icky. You don't even want to feel like that. It's not normal. It's common, but it's not normal. Don't normalize it. Bring it up to God and thank Him. Once you start praying over your friends, and your heart changes, you feel the burden that they was talking about. You should feel burden when your friends are being burdened. And you also feel this immense joy whenever something good happens to them. So I think that's where we're at, honestly. Okay. Yeah.
That's really nice. And I just remembered actually one time, I think that moment really spoke to me, Kwambili, there was a time we were applying for the same job. That moment.
Oh, I remember, yes.
And
actually, people also applied for the same scholarship before the same year.
Oh,
we applied 2021 together. 2020.
You get? So I remember applying for that. Okay, I was like, I want to apply for this. And then you said you want to apply for that. And I remember the first thought that came to my mind was, oh my goodness. How is it going to be? And I was very convinced you're the one that's going to get it.
And you got it, actually.
Yeah. And you know what? Before that, right? You told me, you're like, let us go and pray. And I remember very well when the spiritual lounge, and you said, I don't want whatever happens after this should affect our friendship.
Oh, wow.
That's what you say. Because I know, or you said something like, there's going to be like a loop, there might be a loophole for the devil, for the enemy.
Yes.
And I was like, it could never be me saying those words. I thought about that. And when that came out, when I got it, and how you celebrated me, I was like, I don't think I would
have celebrated like that.
So. I think maybe I would have, but then Kumbala would have been God.
Oh, come on.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was one of the things that, even you speaking about that, to say that, I want us, like, when this happens, it shouldn't affect us.
It shouldn't affect us, yeah.
And the fact that you actually thought about that, it was like a game changer where I was like, wait a minute. You know, like, I really admire this in you, that you acknowledge something and you hit it head on.
Yes.
You're not a person saying, no,
it can't happen.
I don't. No. You will actually say, you know what, guys? Yeah, this might happen.
That might happen. So let's prepare.
Let this not happen. And now one thing that even, like some of these things where you've already shared them with me. And it makes me realize how the devil is very cunning. Because at the very time that you're going through that, I'm having also my own portion.
Yes.
I've grown up believing, I would say, Josephine is God's favorite. I don't even know where that came from. You understand? Because, for example, in primary school, I came in, I found you. and you were most times you'd be maybe position 2. I was like position 3. It was like, why can't I hit? You know? And I remember there's a time where I was like, no, position 2.
You did. And Mr. Jamba is showing, but good Kalua. You are Mr. Jamba. You know, good Kalua.
You get what I mean? And then I remember my sister laid an upgrade, and I got OAs. Yeah? And for me, it was, Josephine, you got selected to BSS. For me, I was like, okay, can you tell me last year? Because I believed so much with me and Josephine were going to KA.
And we're gonna go. We really had OAs. Straight A's.
We're gonna go to KA.
We're gonna go.
And then I went to Providence. For me, I didn't realize BSS is also a good school. Okay? And all these years I was carrying good.
I went to Providence.
I better, you know?
Yes.
And then I come to, I don't know if you remember this day. I came to Com. I don't know what we were talking about. And then I said something, I don't remember the exact word, but I said something as, I bet you are there. I was the first. And you're like, no, BSS is actually
number 1. I vaguely remember that.
And I was like, what do you mean? All this time I've been feeling good in there.
That's so
Young Amber says, I was number 1.
That's so funny.
What do you mean? I was like, there I did again. You get?
Yeah.
And then we went to Com. I see the grades Josephine was getting.
Because they're like that.
No.
Really?
Josephine, you're getting 90s.
My pre-med. After that, guys, MBBS.
But even in pre-med, and for me, I'm there thinking, you get, like, we're studying together. We're doing it.
Yeah, we live.
So we live with that. I'm smart, guys. I'm smart. And then we're still feeding in that insecurity. Josephine is God's favorite. She will always be, you get, on top. And then I'm like, in my mind, trying, and I just feel like, I don't know. These are my thoughts, okay? I just said, like, but I just couldn't get to 90s, guys. Like, and for me, it was just, you get? And then moving that forward with, like, Josephine, yes, will say this, she believes, I'm first. But in my mind, what the devil convinced me was, because what is coming for Josephine is always better. So you should feel like good when it's coming. And I moved with that for a very long time. And I think the end of that, I remember, I just confessed this for was when Josephine went to Oxford. I was like, yo, I knew it. But I knew it. Like, fine.
You are God's favorite.
This one is God's favorite. You're always preparing the best for her. Like, I know you. I went to the UK. Yes. I went to LSTM. Like, one of the best schools.
Especially.
But you mean what? God, I knew it. And I feel like that was the breaking point where, like, all this time has been, okay, God, help me in this, help me in this. But at that point, it was now like the mark of, you know what? I think I had to take that. The Lord should now squeeze me and teach me. You know what? This is not no.
Competition, actually.
Not at all. And I really thank God because He really knows our heart.
He does.
And He switched my mind to say, this is the devil that has been convincing you.
Exactly.
Otherwise, like, so many good things have been happening to you.
But you're not seeing them.
And this great blessing that I saw it as a great blessing now feels lesser because somebody seemingly has something what I consider as better. And I'm like, is this the life that I want to live? No. And when you look at your friend and all the good things that have been happening, it's like, God, still striving for, God help me. And when you pray that prayer, guys, God is really going to help you.
And that's the thing.
Because He really did help me in an unpleasant way, but He helped me.
But He helped you. And I think that's how, when you're saying God really does do that. You remember, God did I remember so many things about me. But there's some things that I remember, some insecurities that I had pertaining other things, right? Where the situation didn't change. The situation, and it will never change. If you're praying for humility, look, God is gonna put you in prideful situations because that's how you exercise the virtue and humility. They're like you can't exercise the virtue. You need to use that. So it's the same thing. Okay, ine woman then mabanga struggle in the competition. Ine woman no chen. Nah, God is like, I beg. And He does. Because how can you learn otherwise? And He really does. And God does help. So I think we should also encourage people who sometimes feel that, like the way you're saying, and they're feeling like maybe they're bad friends and whatever. But I think Munga madibanga sanctify over time. I promise you, the things that you're saying you're struggling with right now, in a year or two, or whatever God's timing, you won't struggle with them as long as you keep bringing them back to God. I think Pametima like we say is good. you stop.
You stop.
And you just say, guy,
or you don't want to admit it.
Or you don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
But the first step is to admit, I'm feeling a type of way. I'm actually feeling a type of way. Why don't I have a job after? They had a job. They literally got a job before.
Before, yeah.
Before even finished.
Yeah.
It was a lot of money.
It was. You can imagine, Goody. I was coming from, I just want to volunteer. And then I received
and then we were like, Dalito is rich. Whatever. Meanwhile, in another intention, I direct guys in Bombos and remember. You know? So you're right that the devil lies to you, but the more you keep going back to God and saying, because the thing is, you can feel those emotions. You can be immensely happy and truly, truly grateful that your friend is winning on all those things, and still feel good. Why is it not my turn?
Yeah.
Why am I getting this? And that is what you need to bring to God. And over time, He will help you until I can't believe I no longer struggle with that, and I no longer.
You look back, you're like,
what was going on? And the devil lies. Truly, the devil feeds you lies, all lies, because you're not seeing yourself from my perspective and from other people's perspective.
Would you encourage people to confess to each other?
I would.
Okay.
And I'm telling myself that as well. That is going more to me.
Okay.
It's true. I think so. The thing that when you confess it, you break its power.
Yeah.
Anything that you confess, that you bring out loud and you say it out loud. I'm struggling with this. Chan. You break that thing that it has over you. So everything that you confess, you break its power. You know, because that sin likes to thrive in secrecy.
Yeah.
And again, I'm telling this to myself more than maybe even to other people. Because once you bring it out, truly, you're free. You are able to. Someone maybe can keep you accountable. Like, that's very important. Somebody can keep you accountable. You no longer feel that shame, that shame that tells you, hey, you're like this. Actually, you are being a hypocrite. That thing. You no longer feel like that, and you're able to like truly live a free life. So I think it's important. But of course, be a trustworthy person. Because sometimes you confess something, and then break trust. That's not cool. Yeah, I'm assuming that you're having a trustworthy friend and you're able to do that, because I think that's also important to be a trustworthy person where you're not gonna use that against them. Because someone has confessed to you and then no, don't do that.
And then next time,
exactly. And then you need to give people grace. You're not.
Or make fun of them.
No, that's not right. That's actually from the devil. Because why would you do that? Like, you're literally discouraging them to stop sinning. I don't know. It's crazy.
Now I think we've talked a lot. Which so beautiful. I love this. As we're coming to an end of this episode, let's just close it on a lighter note. What's something that you admire about me?
Many things.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
But my top one is your love for God.
No.
I think for me that's very admirable. Okay. And you know how the Bible says, those who love me will obey my commandments? You're the person who leaves that out.
Okay.
And I know you don't. Okay, you do. But I really see somebody who loves God, and you can tell that they love God. Also, just from words, but you can actually tell that they love God. The values and the principles that you have are almost exclusively stemming from your Christian faith. Literally, they're like, I don't do this or I do this because of this grounding that I have. And I'm doing that, like, that's your motivation. And suma banga waiver, not that we don't make mistakes, but you really don't, like, you can tell this person is a sturdy, they know what they're standing on. So for me, that's very admirable. I know you're a pastor's wife, but I always mock you. You're going to be a pastor. Not just Pastor Ama, but you yourself a pastor. I don't know. Depending on your theology. Don't come at me, guys. Romano, it's really cool. You bring that all the time. I always bring that all the time. I mean, look at you. You even have beautiful feet. But, like, this is not surprising to me. This is not surprising to me because you're somebody who loves God and you obey what He says, and I can actually see it. And I think it's also important to say, Goody, when I say live out, on top of guys, you should save that as your contact as well. You can't fight, but you like fighting with people. Every violent on your status. I am anyway. On top of that, on top
guys,
of
like fire in my bones.
On top of like posting verses, I think for me it's like the way you live your life. That's my point. Like in places where you're going through such a difficult time, Komano, the way you will handle yourself, the way you will live your life, the truth of God that you will believe in that time is really admirable. Like, it's not just about, I know this verse, I know that verse. That's great. That's important. You should know your verses. But how am I living my life? How am I showing up to my friends? Am I showing up to my husband? To my baby? To my work? Am I being, like, I'm not doing like unethical things. I mean, even things like that. Like it's really, really cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And actually Gunyumba mentions today that is a good friend.
No.
I'm not telling you, like literally, like everyone is like, hey, yes, this is a good friend. And it's true.
That's very
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah. So I really admire that about you. And I also like your smile. So smile more. Of course you smile.
I did smile. Oh, nice. Hey.
Yeah.
Now I feel like mine.
Your fashion sense, you better think of something deep, friend.
No, man.
Umachena.
Do you have vibes?
You have vibes. You're just really cool. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy.
No, but the remarkable things that first thing I've seen the growth, like it's evident. Just seeing, yeah, like since I met you to now, the growth in spiritually. I remember. I don't know if I've told you this. I ever cried in first year because you and me. I don't know who got born again first.
You,
Me. So I think in that season, somebody came to me and said, it's either gonna be you or your friend following the other, but it will not be Josephine following you. And that hurt me so much. And I was like, Ambuye, and I prayed. I prayed. I prayed. And I know with him, in the first year of college, we're still growing and we're still learning. But the transition and the conviction, the love for God, like how you're a staunch Catholic, like into Sweden, you get, and like the growth that I've seen over the years is remarkable. Like the things where, one of the admirable things that I even like about people and about you is when you start to realize that I'm at fault, but I'm pursuing to even do better. And I think that's what I see a lot about you. And one of the things that we like to say, I think we're very prideful people. But when I sit down and I think other things, is good. You would say that, you're quick to, when you believe good, you're right, nobody can move you. Balibe. Balibe. But what's admirable about that is, even in that Magani, when you realize, guys, I was wrong, you're very quick to accept.
Yeah, I was wrong. I was so wrong.
I was wrong and move. And I think that's very because I know when Josephine holds the truth, she will. There's no shaking, which is a good thing, like a very, very good thing. The thing is, she just hold the truth. She can be on the wrong, but when she just moves to the other side, that one, and I think that's something that so I feel like you're a very kind person. Could it be and we like, yeah, just when you're very kind. I like giving this example. I've said this before when we were measures. I would go to shower and just when you've made my bed, I'm like, what?
Really? Go make this one to
you see?
I don't remember.
I'm like,
oh God, I do remember as I was making you toast the way you like it. It's okay, it didn't like Uche. That is not stock or that is so.
Like, I'm very specific, but you'd guess that right and do it. And the fact, Goody, Chimene George, like Goody, I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you making my bed? And for you, it came very effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
Yes. Bagana Josephine, you're washing my clothes sometimes.
Really?
Yes. When you wash your clothes, you see Goody. Oh, my friend has clothes here.
Let me just.
I can never think of that. I can never.
Wow.
You understand what I mean? I can never go to Mundu. I should get their clothes and then why should I do that? And I think that's like one of those very, very admirable things that I see about you. You're a giver, Joso. But when you know that nobody's taking it, when you just feel like you're taking advantage of, now it's like
that's so true.
No, even if somebody's not taking
extremes, I'm so like it's not like what or what, like if I have true.
So when even if someone is not taking it, but I'm also like that. But if you just feel like no,
I close off.
But other than that, you're such a giver. Like, oh, you know what? So those are like very things that I admire about you, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, should do this more. But yeah, those are the things that I would say.
Thanks, friend. I think we should be empowering each other more.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. Sorry.
Another thing. Sorry. I like that you don't hoard of words in the good sense. To say good, if something nice you think about me, you will say it. Because I feel like most girls, what they do, they think something nice about somebody,
and
they don't say it. But you don't hoard of words. Good. If you feel like, oh, you know what? this is nice. You're very good in this. You actually. And I don't know, because you're a word.
Oh, yeah, because I'm a words of affirmation girly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my
so you
language,
always,
yeah.
and I really admire that. Like, you will always say, like, oh, you know what, this is Jan. That's good.
I was going to say, sorry, I know we're closing. Remember this time, what possessed us? Thinking that let's talk each other. Things we don't like about each other, things we should improve. Criticism. Remember, at moment of truth. What is that about?
What clothes we don't like about each other?
So I didn't top your dick, the my daddy. That's so sick. They just said, I see this top is actually ugly. It was a dress. The purple one as well. Yeah, kamanja up. There was a dress, but those Saraka. So
I love those moments, you know?
Moments
like they were hurtful.
Okay, that was funny. That was actually funny. But what I mean is, when we're being honest, you should be empowering. Very like you should empower your friend. Even if you're saying them something, a character that you think is maybe not good, and you should give people time and grace, but you should be empowering.
Right, true.
No, that's not kind. But and also like praise them up, hype them up, because who else will?
I just feel I'm
Or maybe anyway, it's also hyping up. We hype each other up, honestly.
Like easy. Not on bad things, no.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Well, this is assuming you have like a good. No, not on bad things.
So I think this is
on bad things. You also advise me.
I think this is the end of this session. Do you have anything else?
No, I don't.
Right.
No.
Thank you guys for listening and joining us in this conversation. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.